So you have fixed your store and now Google wants a message explaining what changed. And this is where most people freeze, because it feels like the whole account is riding on a paragraph. But here is the thing, Google is not reading your appeal the way you think. Nobody is being persuaded and nobody is deciding whether to give you a second chance or not. So the appeals that win are not the emotional ones or the detailed ones, they are the boring ones. I run a 6-figure Google dropshipping stores and I have written both ways, so I know which one works. In this video, I will show you what actually happens after you hit send, and then I will give you exact 4 block templates word for word so you can copy it, and at the end I will show you the one sentence that quietly guarantees a denial. Let's get into it. And that sentence I mentioned, I want you to keep it in mind because most people write it in the first paragraph without thinking twice. If you already have a draft open, you might be looking at it right now. I'll show you exactly what it is soon. Stick with me here. First, you need to know what your appeal is actually for. When you request that review, your words are not the main event. The main event is a fresh crawl of your store. Google goes back and checks whether the thing that got you flagged is still there. So your message is not a plea. It is not a defense. It is a note that tells the reviewer where to look. That changes everything about how you write. You are not trying to sound sorry or sincere because sincerity isn't being measured here. You are trying to be easy to verify, so here is the line to hold on to for the whole video. Don't write a letter, file a report. And once you think of it as a report, the writing gets simple because a report only shows you 4 parts. But before I show you those 4 parts, there are 3 rules that decide whether your appeal has any chance at all. And rule 2 is the one that costs people their store. Rule 1, fix everything first, then write. Your appeal describes work that is already finished. So if the work isn't done, no wording on earth will save it. I know that sounds obvious, but this is the most common mistake in the whole process because people write the appeal while they are still fixing things and they send it hoping the changes will land in time. The crawl doesn't wait for you. Rule 2, every appeal costs you a shot. You only get about 3 appeals in practice. Google has never said that publicly, but everything points to it. Each failed review locks you out for about 7 days before you can try again. So this is not a form you fill to see what happens. Treat every send like it is your last one because it might be. Rule 3, answer the exact violations they named. Read your suspension notice and find the policy name in it, whether that's misrepresentation or a product policy or something else. Then write your appeal about that specific thing. A general, please review my store, I think it's fine now, gives the reviewer nothing to check, so they fall back on the original flag and nothing has changed in their eyes. So those are the rules. First, fix, respect the count, and answer the named policy. Now let's write the thing and I will build it in front of you in 4 blocks. Open your draft and follow along because we are going to check yours against each block. Block 1, the opening, 2 lines, no argument. You name the account, you name the policy you were flagged under, and you say you have completed a full review. That's it. No, I believe this was a mistake, and no, my store has always followed the rules, because the second you argue, you have told the reviewer you might not have changed anything. It reads like this: requesting a review of account, then you mention your GMC ID. Following a suspension for, you mention the policy name under which you were suspended, I have completed a full audit of the store and corrected the issues below. Now block 2, what you audited. This is a short list of what you checked, and it matters more than people realize because it proves you looked everywhere instead of guessing. You list the areas you fixed, like business identity and contact details, all policy pages, pricing and checkout, product data against the landing pages, and the site security. Everything you fixed, you list it. That's the 5 lines, and it does a lot of quiet work. Block 3, what you changed. Now be specific, and the name of the pages. This is the part reviewers can actually verify. So vague words like improved and updated our policy are wasted space. Say what was wrong and say what it is now. Something like, I added business address and phone number to the contact page and site footer. Rewrote the returns and refund pages with our correct business name and added a 30-day return window. Removed the site-wide discount and corrected all compare at prices. Corrected 3 product listings where the feed price did not match the landing page. And notice something about those. Every one of them can be checked in about 10 seconds, which is exactly the point. Block 4, the close, just 2 lines. You state that the store now complies and you make the request. No thank you paragraph, no promises about the future, and no questions. Something along this line. The store now complies with the misrepresentation policy across all pages, and I humbly request reinstatement. I use misrepresentation because that's the most common policies under which people are suspended. But if it's another policy, you now substitute that in the letter. And that's the whole appeal. It's short, it's plain, and it's checkable. Look at the difference with this wrong version on the left. It is 4 paragraphs of explaining and apologizing, and it never once says what changed. The version on the right was specific, and a reviewer can verify all of them without leaving your site. The one on the right wins every time, and it takes less effort to write. Now block 2 is the one people struggle with because you can only list what you audited if you actually audited it. So let me show you how I get that list in about 2 minutes. This is GMC, and I built it because I got tired of doing this by hand. I dropped the store URL in it and hit scan. It checks the store against the same trust signals Google checks: identity, policy, pages, pricing, product data, and the basics. And when the results land, you get 2 things at once. You get your fixed list and you get your audit list, because the areas it checked are the areas you write into block 2. So the order goes like this: scan the store, fix what it flags, and scan again to confirm it's clean, and then download your appeal letter from the dashboard. And now your appeal isn't a guess, it is a summary of work you can prove. The link is in the description and the scan is free. So your appeal is written and your store is clean. Now there is a window after you hit send where people undo all of it without realizing. So let me show you how to not lose it. After you hit send, freeze the store. That means no theme changes, no new apps, and no price experiments, because the Google's review crawl can happen at any point during the review window. The store they check has to be the store you just described. So once you request a review, wait it out, because reviews can take up to a week and silence is completely normal. You don't send a second request and you don't open support tickets to chase it, since neither speeds anything up and both can muddy the record. And if it comes back denied, don't rewrite the appeal, because the words almost certainly weren't the problem. A denial on the same policy usually means you missed a page somewhere. So go back to the audit, find what you skipped, fix it, and wait out the cooldown before you use your next shot. Now remember that one sentence I promised you at the start. Here it is. I'm not sure what I did wrong, so please tell me what to fix. And I understand completely why people write it, because when you are suspended, you genuinely don't know, and it feels honest to just ask. But read that sentence the way a reviewer reads it. It says you haven't found a problem, which means you almost certainly haven't fixed it. So there is nothing to verify, and the flag stands. One honest sentence and the whole appeal is dead. So go and check your draft right now, because if any version of that line isn't there, delete it and do the audit instead. Then come back and write it as a report. And that is the core of the whole thing. Don't write a letter, file a report. 4 blocks. Name the policy, list what you audited, list what you changed, and make the request. If you haven't done the audit yet, watch this next video, because I walked through the exact 7 checks and why appealing too early can cost you everything. You get about 3 shots at this, so make the first one boring enough to win. And as always, let AI do the heavy lifting while you do the living. See you in the next one.